Okay, guys, doing a little experiment. Tammy brought me a new mount for my truck to put the phone on so I can video while I'm driving a little easier than that. The one I had before, it was it didn't work out very good. I mean, it worked, but not very good. I had to put it down in the cup holder. But anyway, enough about that. Since I'm trying this thing out, let's go on an adventure. It's adventure. What's today? Wednesday? It's Adventure Wednesday. I don't know what day it is because I just got back into town, back into sunny St. Mary's. It is gorgeous down here today. The temperature is so nice. We were in northwest Georgia, up around Cedartown, Chickamauga area. For those of you, if you're not familiar with where that is, it's right next to Lafayette. It's near Rockmart. If that helps you. Does that narrow it down for you guys? How about Rock Springs? It's near Rock Springs. Does that ring a bell to anybody at all? Fish Creek. Fish Creek is near Fish Creek. Does that help? I'm trying to get on you guys. I'm trying to help you. But anyway, we were up there. So now we're back home down here in St. Mary's on the coast of Georgia. And I mean, the temperature, I walked outside, I put on pants. See, just a few days up there, I'm already conditioned to think like some kind of Eskimo or something. I put on pants. And I came out and I'm like, I don't need pants. Why am I wearing pants? Although I tell you what, I do wear pants and long sleeves down here more than I did up there because of bugs. But anyhow, I'm back in town. And of course, you know what happens when you get back in town. You have to run errands. I was going to sleep late. And Tammy woke me up, said I had to go run these errands. But to be honest, I think I'm probably going to go fishing this afternoon. The fishing up there is just not quite, you just don't catch as many fish. That's why I wanted to start crappie fishing, because I knew that I am, after fishing down here, and I don't catch a whole bunch of fish every time, but I mean, compared to up there, I do. I mean, a bad trip down here would be a good trip up there. But you're catching different kind of fish, and that's just the way it is. It's hard to go catch 100 bass. But you can come down here and catch 100 speckled trout, That's just the way it is. But I knew that if I got used to catching all these fish down here, that when I went home, I would need to be able to do some kind of fishing where I could catch a lot of fish, and that's why I started trying to crappie fish. So after making that decision and thinking about that very carefully and thinking about how that I would have more fun if I did that, and buying this stuff to crappie fish with and watching all these videos and learning all about crappie fishing, I mean, everything I could learn. I have watched I have watched video after video. I've read stuff. I have done all the research. And if you came up to me and you talked to me about crappie fishing, I would be able to tell you everything about it. And I have really, that's the way I am when I get into something, man, I just go all in, so I am all in. I am committed, and I'm ready to go, ready to catch some crappie. And since I've made that decision, I've spent all that time trying to figure out what to do and all that, using the new equipment and the new baits and all the things that I have done. I have caught a grand total of probably 2 crappie. The whole I haven't caught any crappie, and I've been about in probably maybe 5 times. I've gone 5 trips. And I just haven't caught it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Paul is a big crappie fisherman. And apparently, he's fished in crappie tournaments and all this kind of stuff, So I'm thinking, well, maybe Paul can help me out. I'm trying to get him to go up to Cedartown with me to fish in Lake Weiss. Because I'm going to tell you something. you might, well, Chris, you may be fishing somewhere that's not a very good place to catch crappie. I mean, if you want to catch crappie, you got to go to a good crappie spot. And I agree. Researched that too. Matter of fact, I didn't even have to research that, because you know what Lake Weiss is called? The unofficial title of Lake Weiss. And they advertise this. I mean, this is their selling point. Guess what it is? Crappie capital of the world. The whole world. Crappie capital of the world. Lake Weiss, Alabama. And so I thought that's where I would fish. Now, where did I go wrong? There. I think that was a good decision. I don't care what you say. So, Lake Weiss, crappie capital of the world, no crappie. The people I took with me to crappie fish, my nephew, my dad, Tammy, and me. They didn't catch any crappie. None of them. At least I caught some. And I may have caught 3. I don't know. Maybe I've caught 3 or 4. Okay, I've probably exaggerated again, because I do that. I cannot, I swear, I promise you, I try not to exaggerate, and I do. But to me, it's not a good, if you're not exaggerating, you're not trying to even tell anybody anything. But, so I exaggerated. I probably have caught 5 or 6, maybe. I know I haven't caught more than 5 or 6. Thanks, y'all, for making me think of that. I started off this morning. I had no idea where this video was going to go. I was just going to video my trip to the store. And now, y'all got me all depressed about crappie fishing. And, what's coming up is Paul. When I got down here, I called him last night, and he's like, I'm like, hey, we can go fishing tomorrow. And he's like, you know what I'm thinking about doing? I said, what? He said, I'm thinking about taking my boat up the river, because up the river it's fresh water. It's not salt or brackish water like it is down here. And he said, I'm thinking about taking my boat up the river and crappie fishing some. And I'm like, the last time me and Paul, y'all can go back and watch the video, but the last time me and Paul went fishing up the river, we didn't catch a single fish, and it was so hot. It was my new boat that I took up there to Cedartown that I bought to crappie fish out of. We took my new boat out there. It was hot. We were so miserable. It was so hot. And when we got through, Paul, this is his exact statement. You can go back and check the video. You can check me on this one. I'm not exaggerating. Paul's exact statement was, I am never coming here again. Never. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I'm glad I videoed that, because now he's talking about going back up there. So maybe I will catch some crappie today. And you know what's bad is now I have got this in my head. I told you how I am about things. Now that I've got this in my head, what's really bad is now I'm down here, and this is not a crappie fishing area, and I can't crappie fish. Well, I guess I can. I guess maybe Paul understands me more than I think. But what's bad is I'm down here, and now I can't crappie fish. And I'm just so determined and so wrapped up in trying to catch these. And they're not even big fish. It's not like catching a bass. I don't know what's wrong. I've lost my mind to get this worked up about a little old fish that ain't even, I don't know. Anyway, shoot, we'll probably go, Paul will probably go out there. We'll probably catch all kind of crappie today, if we crappie fish. We may not even crappie fish. But now I've got all worked up about it, and I can't even do nothing about it. But you know what'll cure all that? Going and catching a bunch of speckled trout or sheep's head or something. I'll forget all about them. Stupid crappie. All right, got my list. I'm going into the grocery store. I'll be back. I'll leave the key so y'all can roll down the window if you get hot.